Don't make the mistake of calculating your pension the wrong way. I have seen this done too many times. I've even seen people on YouTube pitch it to you and tell you, oh, well, you've got this, and actually show you that this is the way to do it, and it is not. I just want to make sure you're aware of that. I'm Eric with Jazz Wealth Managers, where we don't just invest your dough, we like to educate you. I have quite a bit of knowledge with the pension systems, especially the Florida State retirement system, because for 8 years I was a firefighter and I was under that system, and I decided to be a nerd, and I read the entire employer handbook that they give all of your HR departments to figure out what to do. So yeah, a little bit about me there with that one. But so really, just to kind of give you an idea what this looks like, as far as a pension goes, every pension is a bit different. But if we look at the Florida State retirement system here and their pension system, the way this is going to work is we're going to say, okay, you know what, you're a regular employee. A regular employee is somebody who's not high risk or not, in all of these other positions, and they're going to pay 3% into their pension. Now, then the actual county, whoever you work for, the school board, they're going to pay 11.91% in. If you are high risk, that means maybe like fire department, police officers, then you're going to pay 3% in, and they are going to pay 27.83%. So let's just keep that in mind as far as the numbers go, because I'm going to show you here on our planner. We use this planner to help clients and kind of, come up with some different ideas there. So I'm going to make this an even number here so we can really calculate this up. So oftentimes how people do this is they say, cool, well, if we go back and we remember, we're going to say that, we're a firefighter and we're putting 3% towards our retirement, and the county's putting 27.83. Well, if they're putting 27.83, it's not quite like an employer match. Instead, it's totally different. Well, we're going to say we saved 3%, and we're going to now say that they're putting in, about $27,000, a little bit higher than that. Wow. Well, that's a ton of money that's actually being saved. That would be $30,000. 30% of your money would be saved. A lot of people out there are saying save 15%, maybe 25%, all of these different numbers. Well, you're putting in 30%, so you think, hey, you know what? I'm good to go. Nothing else to worry about. Unfortunately, that's totally wrong. That's actually not the way this is calculated. I've seen this pitched this way, so if you're looking at that and you're like, oh yeah, perfect, that's how I was doing it. Let me show you the proper way to do this instead. And so the way this is going to work is instead you're going to remove that, because unless you're contributing to like a cash balance pension, or like the Florida State retirement system has one called the investment plan. The investment plan is different. That one is your money that you're putting in there, and the county is putting in money for you. But it's a lot lower of a rate on their side. It's not what this looks like. The way it works with a pension is they're putting money towards the pension system. That's just to keep the pension system afloat. That's not to say, well, guess what? This is your money. This $27,000 that we're putting in towards it isn't your money. I personally was trying to learn this, and I didn't understand it, because I'm like, well, if the county put in $27,000 a year for me, if I was making $100,000, I was here 8 years. Shouldn't that be my money? And I had to learn that, no, that's not the case. So don't ever think that you're saving enough money for retirement if you just have a pension. Instead, you need to go through and say, okay, what is my pension payout going to be? That's where you're going to start with the pension. So let's just say that your pension payout is going to be $50,000 a year. There's different ways that these are calculated with every single pension. And then you're going to figure out, all right, so I'm going to retire at 62. I'm going to get $50,000 a year. How much more do I need to save? Maybe it's 5%, maybe it's 10%, maybe it's 15%. On this planner right here, how we use it, you can't quite see on the right side, but it's actually telling me 17.9% or $17,098. So if I put in $17,098, that should give me a successful plan. So you've got to figure out what your pension's going to be. Don't calculate it on what some people are trying to tell you as far as, you're saving plenty by just doing the pension. You have to also think through cost of living increases on a pension. Are they going to give those to you or not? Because when you retire, if you get $50,000 a year and you retire at 62, hey, that's great. But if you don't have a cost of living increase to keep up with inflation, $50,000 at 75 isn't going to be near as much, or it doesn't go very far. We've all learned that when it comes to inflation. So just be aware of those. Make sure that you're doing the right things. Don't trust everything you see from people on YouTube, right? So if you have any questions, we're here, jazzwealth.com. You can check us out.
Thanks for watching. If you want to watch more FinTips videos, click here. Be sure to like and subscribe also.